I had $847,000 in my retirement account when everything I thought I knew about security crumbled in a single afternoon. Not because I lost the money, but because I finally understood what it had cost me to earn it. The phone call came on a Tuesday. My daughter Sarah, calling from the hospital where her 6-year-old son had just been admitted with pneumonia. She needed someone to stay with him overnight because she couldn't take time off work. She was scared, exhausted, and asking her father for help. And you know what my first thought was? Not about my grandson lying in that hospital bed. It was about the client meeting I had scheduled for the next morning. The deal that could add another $50,000 to my portfolio. I told her I'd try to rearrange things. Try. As if a business meeting was somehow on equal footing with a sick child who just wanted his grandfather to read him a story while machines beeped around his bed. That's when it hit me. This mountain of money I'd spent 35 years building hadn't made me secure at all. It had made me a prisoner. If you're watching this and you're in your 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, still chasing that next promotion, that next investment milestone, that magical number that will finally make you feel safe, I need you to understand something. You think more money will give you freedom, but what if it's actually stealing the only freedom you'll ever have? The freedom to be present for what matters right now. Hit that subscribe button if you've ever felt trapped by your own success. I spent most of my career believing a dangerous lie, that if I just worked harder, saved more, invested smarter, I could buy my way out of life's uncertainties. I convinced myself that every missed dinner, every skipped vacation, every time I chose spreadsheets over conversations was an investment in future security. The irony is devastating when you finally see it clearly. I started this journey at 28, fresh out of graduate school with a business degree and dreams bigger than my first apartment. My wife and I had our whole lives mapped out. We'd save aggressively through our 30s, invest wisely through our 40s, and coast into a comfortable retirement by 65. It seemed so logical, so responsible. The first 10 years were exhilarating. Watching those account balances grow felt like winning a game I was finally good at. Every dollar saved was a point scored against uncertainty. Every market gain validated my strategy. I became obsessed with optimization, cutting expenses, maximizing returns, calculating compound growth projections. But optimization has a hidden cost. It trains you to see everything through the lens of efficiency and return on investment, including your relationships, including your time, including your life. I remember the exact moment I realized I'd crossed a line I couldn't uncross. Sarah was 12, performing in her school play. I was there, physically, but my mind was on a conference call I'd have to take the moment the curtain fell. When she found me after the show, beaming with pride and looking for her father's reaction, I was already reaching for my phone. The disappointment in her eyes lasted maybe 3 seconds, but I can still see it. 14 years later, clear as if it happened this morning. That should have been my wake-up call. Instead, I justified it. Told myself I was securing her future, building something that would give her options I never had. But what I was really doing was choosing fear over love, choosing future theoretical security over present actual connection. The accumulation accelerated through my 50s. The numbers became intoxicating. 6 figures became 7. I started checking my accounts multiple times a day, riding the emotional waves of market fluctuations like a day trader, even though I was supposedly a long-term investor. I told people I was building wealth for my family, but honestly, it had become about something much more primal. Proof that I was successful, evidence that I was worthy, a shield against the fundamental vulnerability of being human. Here's what nobody tells you about the pursuit of financial security. The more you accumulate, the more you have to protect. And protection requires constant vigilance. You don't own your wealth, it owns you. If this resonates with you, if you felt that weight of constantly managing and worrying about money you thought would free you, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. The day my grandson got sick, I sat in that hospital parking lot for 20 minutes, staring at my phone, trying to decide whether to cancel my meeting. A child I loved needed me, and I was calculating the opportunity cost of showing up for him. That's when I understood the real cost of my financial obsession. It wasn't just the time I'd lost, it was the person I'd become. Someone who measured everything against its economic value. Someone who had forgotten how to be present without an agenda. I went into that hospital room and found my grandson hooked up to monitors, his little chest rising and falling with each labored breath. When he saw me, his face lit up despite the discomfort, and he asked if I could stay until morning. Not because he needed anything complicated or expensive, he just wanted his grandfather nearby. I called my client from the hospital hallway and canceled the meeting. Not rescheduled. Canceled. For the first time in decades, I chose the moment over the money. We spent the night reading stories and playing quiet games. When he finally fell asleep, his hand in mine, I realized something that shocked me to my core. This was the most valuable moment I'd experienced in years. And it had nothing to do with accumulating anything. It was about being fully present for someone I loved. The meeting I canceled? The deal fell through anyway. The client found another advisor. The $50,000 I thought I was risking never materialized. But that night in the hospital room, that was real. That mattered. That couldn't be taken away. I'm not saying money doesn't matter. Bills are real. Emergencies happen. Security has genuine value. But somewhere along the way, I'd confused having enough with having everything. I'd mistaken financial security for life security, when they're completely different things. Financial security is about having enough resources to handle life's challenges. Life security is about knowing that your relationships, your purpose, your ability to find meaning and joy aren't dependent on your net worth. You can have all the money in the world and still feel fundamentally insecure if you've never learned to trust anything beyond your bank balance. Real security comes from building resilience in all areas of your life, strong relationships that support you through difficulties, skills and adaptability that help you navigate change, a sense of purpose that gives meaning regardless of your circumstances. These things don't show up on a financial statement, but they're what actually carry you through life's inevitable storms. I spent so many years thinking retirement would be my reward for delayed gratification. But retirement isn't an age or a bank balance. It's the ability to make choices based on what matters to you rather than what you think you need to accumulate. Some people retire at 35 with modest savings because they figured out what's enough. Others never retire despite millions because they're trapped by the fear of not having more. The tragedy isn't that we plan for the future. The tragedy is that we sacrifice the present for a future that might never come, or that comes too late for us to enjoy with the people we love. If you're starting to question whether you're trading too much of your life for financial security, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you've realized about your own relationship with money. Here's what I wish someone had told me at 45, when I still had time to course correct without losing decades of connection with the people I loved most. Your time is the only currency that truly matters, and it's the only one you can't earn back. Every hour spent working extra for money you don't actually need is an hour you could have spent building memories, deepening relationships, or simply enjoying the life you already have. Define enough before you chase more. I never did this calculation seriously. I always assumed I'd know when I had enough, but without a clear target, enough kept moving further away. Sit down and calculate what you actually need for a secure, comfortable life. Include emergencies, healthcare, reasonable luxuries. But be honest about the difference between needs and wants disguised as needs. Invest in experiences and relationships with the same intensity you invest in markets. The compound growth of shared experiences and deep connections provides returns that money never can. A strong marriage, close friendships, meaningful family relationships. These appreciate in ways that have nothing to do with interest rates. Learn to find security in adaptability rather than accumulation. The world changes faster than our ability to plan for it. Your career might disappear, markets might crash, health might fail. But if you've cultivated resilience, curiosity, and strong relationships, you can navigate almost anything. Today, at 68, I have enough money to live comfortably for the rest of my life. But more importantly, I've learned to derive security from sources that can't be taken away by market crashes or economic uncertainty. My relationship with my daughter, healed through honest conversations about my mistakes. Afternoons with my grandson, who's now 10 and still wants to spend time with his grandfather. Friendships I'd neglected for years, but managed to rebuild. The money is still there, and I'm grateful for it. But it's no longer my primary source of security. It's a tool, not a master. If you're younger, if you still have time to get this balance right, please understand that the pursuit of financial security can become its own form of insecurity if you're not careful. Don't let the fear of not having enough trick you into sacrificing everything that actually makes life worth living. Your children won't remember your portfolio performance, but they'll remember whether you were present for their childhood. Your spouse won't be comforted by your investment strategy if you've grown distant and unavailable. Your friends won't celebrate your net worth if you've become someone who only talks about work and money. The day money stopped feeling safe was the day I finally understood what real safety looks like. It's not a number in an account. It's the confidence that whatever happens, you've built a life worth living and relationships worth cherishing. It's knowing that your security doesn't depend on controlling the uncontrollable, but on being present for what's actually in front of you. That sick little boy in the hospital bed taught me more about wealth than 35 years of financial planning. Real wealth is being the person someone calls when they need you. Real security is knowing how to show up fully for the moments that matter. Don't wait for a crisis to learn what I learned that night. The life you're trying to secure with all that accumulation is happening right now, while you're busy planning for later.